matchup with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jeremiah Tauchu. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Second and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. Now Montgomery running right, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Cohen. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm here, my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Yards there and a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, Rodgers. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The tackle there by Chris Barnes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Right here. Mike 51.
Back to throw. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. A give. This is Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10 zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Now it's Fields. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks him. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And he'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And off comes to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears will extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as it. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. And Crosby puts it through. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they work this well upfield across the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down. So a first catch for him in the ball game. And you know the scuttlebutt has been he's not getting enough touches, enough catches, not feeling involved enough in the offense, so maybe that can get him going.
You and I both know that there's not a wide receiver alive that ever feels like in any game he got enough touches, even if he got 15, right? We all know that. But there's also not an offensive coordinator alive, a play caller, that isn't smart enough to get the ball to them and often that will keep his position.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fields. High throw, but he makes the catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They run. Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
50 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on 1st down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And he's brought down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Rodgers. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd down at 5. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Fields now to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Fields. Completes a Mooney on the slant.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Fields throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. They go screen with Dillon. And some room to work. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
They'll run here with Dillon. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Second down and goal. Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point try now for Crosby. Gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
It's almost not fair when you talk about Allen Robinson to talk about how dependable he is, but that's a great word for him. Last year, first time he's gone over 100 receptions in his career, and he makes a nice catch there for a first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 44, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. That is incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They snap it to Fields. Flushed out right. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Montgomery. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. This is Robinson, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Able to find Kmet. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Montgomery, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on 4th down, because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. From the gun, Fields. It's complete to Robinson, and he's going to get this inside the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Montgomery back to the ground. Kingsley Kiki there on the tackle. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. 2nd down and 8. They'll try the counter here, Cohen. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. Dancing to his left. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're able to spike it in time. And they are in range for a field goal that could win this football game. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bears, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit